Hey guys, we got NC State tonight, or our other in-state rivalry, as they would like to believe. But let's be honest, man. Dating back to the Herb Sendek era of the late '90s, early 2000s, NC State has not been a rivalry for UNC. And I grew up in one of those house-divided homes. You know, dad, big Chapel Hill fan. Mom did undergrad and grad school at NC State, still living the glory years of 1983. But let's be honest, NC State hasn't won anything since Jim Valvano. So the main difference between NC State then and now is that Jim Valvano was an amazing coach. Will Wade needs to go back to McNeese State. This guy's been talking shit since the beginning of the year, you know, about how dumb Hubert Davis is UNC is for how we underutilized Van Allen Lubin. Well, he was doing pretty good by the end of last year. So I don't really know what to even say about all the shit talking that this guy's done. But all I know is that this is a statement game for us. It's not the rivalry game that all the, that the Pac fans would have you believe, but it is a good barometer for how we can play without Caleb. NC State is a tough defensive team. On top of that, they just got blown out by Louisville last week by 40 points and lost to Miami by 1. And they completely fell apart. They had that game. So, like all teams, they're hungry to play UNC. UNC always gets their best shot. And NC State has a habit of doing that. I was at the ACC tournament game when UNC was ranked number 1 back with Cormac Ryan and Armando and Harrison Ingram. And, that was disappointing. And there's nothing more disappointing than State fans talking shit. So I really hope that our players like Jonathan Powell, Jaron Stevenson step up again. Seth needs to step up again. We need to have that scoring. Luka needs to shoot. This game's going to be won and lost in the first 5 to 10 minutes of this game. So if we step up, we need to press. NC State can shoot the 3. They shoot it at a high clip. And they're one of the highest. I think they shoot about 39% from 3-point. So if we're going to be switching on those screens and when those weak closeouts that guys like Luka like to do, then we're going to get fried. But if we play the defense we played against Duke, if we lock them down, then there is no way where we can't win this game. Like I said, DraftKings having us being a 7.5-point underdog. We are a lot more than Caleb Wilson, and it's time to show it. Let's get it, guys.